Father's Day, 4 unforgettable experiences to live together. I would like to provide you with some useful ideas for spending time with your dad on Father's Day. I have long been convinced that you don't need material gifts to gladden his heart, but I think it's better to have indelible experiences together with him. Father's Day is one of many special occasions to dedicate yourself to your parents, while also giving them the time and joy of your presence. Memories of the past with my father. I still remember the surprise I gave my father when I was 28 years old. I had just gotten married and had been living with my current husband for 6 years now. So I spent very little time with my dad, and with each passing day I felt more and more guilty. In our hectic everyday lives, we always complain that we have little time for ourselves and others. That little time we should spend it with the people who really matter to us. We will never regret it. I realized this when I was 28 years old. From then on I tried to spend as much time as possible with my dad, with whom I shared some very special experiences. I would like to share some of these experiences with you, so that you can get some ideas for giving him the most extraordinary gift possible on his holiday. What you'll read in the next paragraph is a list of 4 of the most beautiful experiences I had with him. 4 unforgettable experiences to spend with Dad. Outdoor picnic, with his favorite wine and fishing. My father loved fishing and often took me to the lake when I was a child. It's a great way to spend a relaxing day outdoors and have fun catching fish. I still remember the slide he did when he tried in vain to retrieve the small fish I had caught. He ended up ruinously with his legs in the air. Fortunately, he was not hurt, just a hole in his pants that got us big laughs. It was a magical experience, me and him alone surrounded by a beautiful view. Tickets to his favorite basketball team. I have never been a sports fan, but seeing the game live has changed the way I view basketball. Passively watching it on TV is one thing, the live experience is pure adrenaline. Of course, with my father in 7th heaven screaming at the top of his lungs and cheering while eating hot dogs and drinking beer. What dad wouldn't want a gift like that? At the amusement park. I remember the fear I read in my father's eyes every time we passed in front of the roller coaster. Nothing would convince him to ride it, not even the free 2-month supply of his favorite beer. Yet, after exhausting attempts, I finally managed to convince him, and I assure you, he changed his mind immediately. We did the roller coaster 4 times that day. It was wonderful to see him become a child again. From that day I assure you he became the #1 roller coaster fan. Amusement park experience is a must to try at least once in a lifetime. It will be a magical experience to share together. A 4-legged puppy, still crying over his reaction. I had been trying to convince my dad to adopt a pet for months, but he really didn't want to do it. So I gave him one on the very occasion of Father's Day. I still get emotional remembering him crying with happiness, cuddling his new friend Spike, a 7-month-old Labrador. That was not the only gift that day. To seal that magical moment, I gave him a portrait of his new puppy created by me, radiant and surrounded by beautiful colorful flowers. Now that Spike is gone, that memory remains forever indelible, framed in my father's study. Every morning, as she sips his coffee, he stares at the portrait for a few moments as if to say hello to Spike. I am sure it is their way of staying connected to each other. Father teaches you how to be in the world and accompanies you as you grow. Remember when you learned to ride a bicycle without wheels? His steady hand would push you forward to get you up to speed and keep you from falling ruinously to the ground. Dad would be there beside you, a kiss on the wound and everything passed, and back on the bike. This is what your father does in everyday life. He opens you up to the world and guides your growth by accompanying you in life. I hope I've been helpful to you with these little experiences I wanted to share. A hug from Flower Pup.